what's happening everyone? Pragmatic Addict here. Alright, I didn't know anything about this one. I just knew that this was a horror film titled Dolly from Shudder. Looked up the runtime, checked if there were any early reviews, in which 80-minute runtime, pretty positive first reviews, received this early screener as well. I didn't need no trailer. Let's do this, I was obviously in. Dolly follows Macy, a young woman who fights for survival after she is abducted by a monstrous figure intent on raising her as its child. So right off the bat, I'll say this. Love the cinematography. Very grimy, old school, grainy horror look. Had a really unsettling score, but also the introduction to the main threat in this film. It was a gnarly start for a horror film. It definitely had my interest. But the first thing I wasn't expecting to see in this film is that it's told in chapters. Just would not have expected a format like this for only an 80-minute movie. Also, Seann William Scott's in this movie. Definitely not the type of film I expected to finally see him again in. Was really curious to see how he would deliver in a movie like this. This went even further because of just how indie the film is. Again, it's very short, grainy, but also its setting with all this was extremely similar to In a Violent Nature. Like, I would actually go as far as to say that this was probably extremely inspired by In a Violent Nature. Right down to actually a specific location from that movie, where in this movie, I saw a location and I was like, is this that exact location? With the same exact camera angle too? And I will say, Seann William Scott was fine in the movie. He's got that charm that he always has. I mean, there is a dumb character decision with him that kind of starts the whole thing, but the actress that's with him, who is actually the main character in the movie, right off the bat and throughout the film, her writing just felt that of a very low-budget film. She is a very frustrating character to watch the entire time. Unfortunately, just makes very dumb character decisions that you expect with a low-budget film as well. But I will say, once you get to Chapter 3 specifically, which is when the movie really becomes its main thing, the first things we're seeing with the location that we're seeing, it is an engaging change of tone that does grab you, but also the immediate writing is pretty engaging as well. Raises a lot of tension, is just much faster and completely different from everything we've seen of the movie up to this point. Only problem is, and also immediately, our main character here, not very bright. But also there's a pretty big twist that happens early on at this point regarding something that happened to one of our characters earlier, where I was really curious how this reveal would and could go. But also, regardless of this interesting setup to this point in the film does again become quite slow. But this does make you curious what reveals may come if the film would pick up. Back to the environment, the more we slowly see of it, it is capturing as a horror film. Very haunted house mixed with like Texas Chainsaw. Though as the movie goes on, there are story points that happen that are supposed to serve as like reveals to raise the tension further, but you see them coming from like a mile away, but you are curious where they will actually fully lead to. And I would actually say that that's the main thing that'll probably keep you watching the film, is wondering what reveals we may get if the film would pick up. But especially in the final act, it is just chock full of cliches and dumb character decisions, even more so than we've seen throughout the rest of the film, to the point where it actually just becomes laughable. The film just failed because of its writing and runtime, and overall, I'm going to give Dolly a mixed review. Also, lastly, I'm just going to throw this extra thing in here. There is some very uncomfortable shit to watch. Nothing overly extreme, but just more than enough awkward, gross shit for how slow and small the film is. So guys, that is going to do it for my thoughts on Dolly. If you guys do end up seeing this film once it releases this weekend, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on it down in the comments below. But with all that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video very soon. Take care.